What's up? This your boy Mike the Naughty Cruiser. It's Thirsty Thursday, Throat Punch Thursday, Throw It Back Thursday, and August 1st for those of you in Australia. It is Friday. I got one more day until I am off for Saturday, and I got a lot of big plans. So I hope you're all having a fantastic Thursday night. I kind of threw up all over the intro on that one, right? Kind of messed that one all up. Throat Punch Thursday, Throw It Back Thursday, whatever day, it's Thursday. Whatever day you're watching it, it's that day, this day, whatever. We're here, we're loud, we're proud. I hope you're all having a fantastic night and morning for those of you watching in Australia. Hello, gay darling. You were first. You were the very first person to claim first place. Martin was the first one to comment. He might have been the first one to like, but Gay hit first place. Now, when I checked earlier this morning, y'all were in here having a ball with the pre-stream chat. So Gay was first, Martin was second, Scott was third, and Doug made fourth. So thanks for coming in early. I appreciate y'all for hanging out. And there's 12 of you now, and we still only got 5 likes. Make sure y'all smash that like button. It don't seem like it does a lot, but it does do a lot. Trust and believe that. We're going to talk a few things. There's been some changes to itineraries. There is new information forming for the Alaska group cruise. The new promo is live, and you're going to see that right here tonight for the first time. If you are not in the group cruise got a sneak peek of that promo. I posted it in there the other day. And actually, if you're following along on Facebook, I posted it there as well. So the new promo is available. Chuck Spencer, what's going on, bro?
Awesome! Thank you very much.
Oh, no, we don't want to roll right into that. We need to lock that. We need to lock that right now. We don't want to roll right into the new promo. Thanks for the super chat, bro. Where's Martin at? I don't know where Martin's at, to be honest with you. He was messaging me about 10 minutes, 15 minutes ago, and he'll probably pop in. But let's get to the chat. Let's say hello to... Am I here? Am I back? That was weird. Oh, wow, that was weird. I'm back. Okay, good. I was about to pull it up on my phone. I'm like, what the heck? It just popped up and said stream interrupted due to internet reason. And I was like, okay, well, let's resume that. Anyway, I'll be at the casino on Saturday, so don't tell anybody. Scott McNeil in the house. Chuck Spencer in the house. Martin was here, and he's no longer here. Lourdes is in the house. Anthony's in the house. Jimmy is in the house. What's going on, Jimmy? Kathy's in the house. Databetics in the house. Will G's in the house. Robin's in the house. All y'all are in the house. You're all in the house. What did Jimmy say? Aftershock in Alaska can still be dangerous. Not a great idea. Yeah, that is very true. The earthquake was 8.8. magnitude earthquake off the coast of Russia. So that's definitely a pretty big earthquake. Thoughts and prayers are with everyone that are dealing with that stuff right now. Hopefully we don't have any issues next year with our group cruise in Alaska. But I'm gone. It's gone. We're less than 12 months away now. We're closing in on 11 months. 11 months. Oh, look at that. Martin finally decides to show up. Hey, Martin, you're late. You're late, Martin. You're not even in the top 10 anymore, Martin. No, you're number 5, bro. You're number 5. Is it just me or the feed is going bad? Hopefully, Lourdes, it's just you. I just got a split screen commercial. Can't hear him either. What about now? Can you hear me now? Martin says his feed is fine. You're coming in and out. Refresh, Lourdes. It might be on your end. Anyway, I'm going to keep rolling with it. Chuck, my phone's here, so if anything isn't going right. What is going on? I'm getting the circle of death on my phone. Hello, Ian. Hello, hello. Can y'all hear me? Yes, NCU. Okay. It's got to be this WoW fiber that they're trying to do. I'm getting really tired of all of the digging. So what's going on in the community where I live is they're digging up everywhere to put in this new WoW fiber by T-Mobile. So I'm starting to think that there is an issue going on with all of this that they're putting through. And it's starting to mess with my internet because I should not have no issues with my internet. I pay a pretty penny for my internet. I have enough internet I can power a frat house. You'd be surprised at how fast my uploads and download speeds are. So I shouldn't be having any internet issues myself. It's got to be due to the WoW fiber that they're trying to put in. Anyway, that's kind of a buzzkill because I was like really in a good mood and all of that. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're gonna keep it rolling. We're just gonna talk about all things crazy, and if the internet goes out, it goes out. We'll keep trying. But the link is officially posted for those of you going on the Alaska group cruise next year. You can make your reservations now for the hotel, and you don't have to worry about putting out any money. There is no required deposit or anything like that right now. The only thing you have to do is input credit card information. That way your reservation is held. So if you are looking to stay at the group hotel, whether it's 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights, it is available for you to book, and it is in there at the moment for you to be able to book through the link in the Facebook group. I gotta stop looking at the chat because everyone's saying the audio isn't meeting the video. Kathy, the link there's a post I created in the group. It's an attention post, and it's pinned at the very top. It's at the featured section in the Alaska State of Mind group. And I tagged everyone in it. So you should be able to find it there. Alaska right now is a no-no. Yeah, Jimmy, we're not going until next year, so I wouldn't be too concerned. Martin with a super chat. Look at that. My friend Chuck.
Awesome! Thank you very much.
So I wouldn't be too concerned. Our group cruise isn't until July of next year. When I went, we had no issues, but it's Mother Nature, right? You really can't predict these types of things. So, you just hope for the best when it comes to all of that. Ian says, sorry, we can't make the group cruise. Timing is not good. Maybe 2027. Ian, don't be sorry. There is more group cruises coming. There's another one that's going to be announced probably, I want to say within the next 6 months. There's some more information going to be coming out for another group cruise that's going to happen in 2027 or 2028. That's what I'm trying to figure out at the moment. But it's going to be a big one, and it's going to be a banger of a group cruise. I hope all of you can go. I know it's not possible that everyone can go on every group cruise, but this one is going to be one of those ones that's a bucket list item for sure. It's definitely a big one. So I'm looking forward to that one. I'm more focused on the Alaska one at the moment. I'm really excited about the Alaska group cruise. Everything is starting to come together. The hotel is now able to be booked. The contract's been signed. Everything's starting to fall into place. People are actually in the process of making final payment already, which is another cool thing. Getting everyone taken care of. Payments are coming in, and we're getting more booking. So there's more people reaching out every day. I just booked 2 new cabins within the last week, and I got messages asking for group rates the other day. So it's definitely going to be a decent sized group. At the moment, we have 69 now. So we had 65 last week. I think we're at 69 this week. So it's definitely getting a little bit bigger, still more manageable. And I'm excited because I wasn't going to tell everybody the plan, but my plan is to come into Seattle on Thursday before the group cruise. That's why you are able to book Thursday, Friday, Saturday if you would like. I do not have any events planned for Friday, Thursday, or Friday. I don't plan on having any events for the people coming in. I am coming in early to spend some time with the kids, explore the city with the kids before the group gets there. I know there are a few other people coming in. I know like Chuck and Scott, they're going to come in a little bit early. I think maybe we're going to rent a van and we're going to drive up to Vancouver. I've been watching a lot of videos on Mount Rainier and the mountains and the Cascades and all of that. And then I got a bug to watch road trips from Seattle to Vancouver. So I think I might rent a big passenger van and just road trip it to Vancouver. It's only about 2.5 hours to drive from Seattle to Vancouver. So it's a road tripping kind of Friday feeling for me up there in Seattle to Vancouver. And then it's just spend some time with the kids. And just enjoy the city, right? This is going to be their first time going that far. Usually they go out of the state of Florida on cruises or things like that. The furthest they have traveled west has been Florida. Like that's literally it. They haven't gone any west. It's always been East Coast, right? So Florida to New Jersey, Philadelphia, things like that. So this is the first time they actually get to go to the West Coast. It's the first time they're getting to go to the Pacific Northwest. And I want to be able to enjoy as much time with them as I possibly can before the rest of the group gets in. And we start the group shenanigans. They're going to enjoy the group shenanigans as well. I was just having a conversation with my daughter before the show about the lumberjack dinner. And she's like, do I really have to do that? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm going to get makeup and draw a beard on your face. You got to wear suspenders and all of that. So I'm looking forward to that, being able to spend a few days with them before everybody else gets in. Maybe catch a baseball game if the MLB ever decides to release the 2026 baseball schedule. See if the Mariners have a game that Friday, Thursday, Friday, or even that Saturday night, right? Because the group excursion is for Saturday. It's going to be a little bit earlier in the day. I don't think it's going to go till a late night. And then we have the little meet and greet at the hotel. So that's, pretty much essentially a, hey, how you doing? Here's your goodie bag. I hope you like the stuff that's in it, Haley. I can't wait to board the ship with you guys in the morning. Now, there are a few other things that I'm working on. And those things are like the group shuttle from the cruise, from the hotel to the cruise port. So I got a couple of emails out about that to try and see if we can get a good, solid group rate for a shuttle, a rolling shuttle operation. If not, the hotel did let me know that the taxi cabs are relatively inexpensive. For a taxi, for 6 people in a taxi, it's about $25, which actually will probably be a lot cheaper than the shuttle service. But the shuttle service will be easier, so everyone can just come down, drop your bags, get in the shuttle, and then head on over to the port. So we're going to see if that is an option, and then go from there. Look at that, Chuck Spencer with another one.
Awesome! Thank you very much.
I need to fix that. I didn't fix it. I didn't fix it. So you know what? Let's put this at the bottom. Let's put this at the bottom. Can I move that? I can move it. We're going to put that at the bottom. That way, we don't have to worry about accidentally rolling the intro to the Alaska group cruise before we're ready. So, now, with that being said, Alaska Shore excursions are coming real soon. I'm still waiting on Princess to get final information from them. So don't think we haven't figured that out. That's still up in the air at the moment. And then, it's really about enjoying the time, right? So getting in early to me is more enjoyable than having to rush around to the cruise ship. So if you're planning on coming in the day before, consider coming in Friday. We have some fun events planned on Saturday, and you can enjoy it. Let's get to the comments real fast because I see a lot of y'all throwing some shade my way. Oh, Trans-Pacific maybe? I don't know, Lourdes. I guess you're going to have to wait and see. Everything is synced here. Never mind, Ian. Dan and I will fly the Aussie flag proudly. Yes, please. The more the merrier. I'm as keen as a bean. Might need the budget for more Tim Tams, Mike. Yeah, so I have a bunch of stuff that's going to be given away, Gay. So listen to this part very, very carefully. I am giving away a bunch of stuff. All of that stuff is coming in one suitcase. Now, that suitcase, when it comes back to Florida, is going to be empty. Now, with that suitcase being empty, it could be filled and then put on the airplane for Tim Tams. I'm just saying, there's going to be extra room. Crossing the border with Mike. Yeah, that's going to be fun. I don't know about any of y'all, but it'll be my first time crossing a land border. And I'm gonna make fun with it. I'm gonna enjoy the day. I'm gonna vlog the whole day. Obviously, we're gonna make some stops along the way. I sent a video to Martin, and he's afraid of heights, so I got to get him on a suspension bridge up there in Vancouver. That's on the list. We going to the drawbridge. We are going to the drawbridge. We're going to the suspension bridge, and you're going to walk across it. There's not enough to do in Seattle that we got to drive to Vancouver. There's a ton to do in Seattle, right? There's a bunch to do in Seattle. But here's my theory. I have never been to Canada to just go to Canada. The only time I've been to Canada was on the Alaska group cruise, the Alaska cruise I was on a few years ago with a quick little stop in Victoria. Now, Vancouver has a very big Asian population, and there's a ton of different Asian food throughout Vancouver. Now, there's a big Asian food hall in Seattle too, but I want to hit it all. I want to try and do it all. And it's the first time the kids are going to be that close to the Canadian border, so I figured it'd be a cool experience. We all have passports. We don't have to worry about not being able to cross the border. And I think it would be cool for the kids to just get out and be able to drive along the roads and the highways in Seattle all the way up to Vancouver, stopping at some scenic overlooks along the way, maybe even hit Mount Rainier and do a hike through Mount Rainier. So there's a ton to do in Seattle, don't get me wrong. I am personally coming in early to try and do some extra cool stuff with the kids since this is technically going to be their summer vacation. On the group cruise, if you can spend some time at the Boeing factory, that is fascinating. So that is on the list. And if we do drive up to Vancouver, that's actually on the way. So it would be a place to stop and explore as well. Dan has spent a lot of time at the Boeing factory. 6 in a taxi, room for bags. I'm thinking like one of those vans, Databetic. I'm not thinking of like a regular 4-door taxi type thing. Looky at Chuck throw money. Yeah. Chuck knows I'm going to the casino on Saturday, so he's just making donations. Here's a thought. Let's see the video. We'll see the video. Maybe he can be our private tour guide. That would be pretty cool. My uncle lived in Vancouver for 45 years in the Second World War. He was coming back from Europe, Berlin, and stopped in Vancouver on the way. He never looked back. Yeah, so Vancouver's beautiful. I've seen a bunch of videos. They have this really cool old steam clock down there in Vancouver, and I want to check that out too. It's just an awesome experience. I just want to see everything. Not the old checker cab. Yeah, no, not like a New York City cab. Great trip on the road with, are we there yet, Dad? He's looking at me. Yeah, my kids, thankfully, my kids aren't like that. The youngest, He asked, like, are we there? The other two, they're older, so it's not too much of an issue. But again, if I do it with a 12-passenger van, that just means I put the kids in between all the other adults that are going, because you got me, Chuck, Scott, Cameron, Kim. We're all coming in early. I know Martin and Haley are coming in a little bit early. I know Gay and Dan will be in a little bit early. So if everybody wants to go, then we'll have a ton of people in the van to keep the kids occupied. Now, let's just roll the promo since we keep clicking on it. If you or someone you know is looking for a cruise next July, let them know about this. I'm just kidding. I so made 2 new promo videos, one with a messed up song because I know y'all love the other song so much. I just had to change the music. And in my brain, it was funny. I thought it was hilarious. And I'm silently laughing as I'm getting ready to push the button. Y'all, this is the new Alaska promo video. If you haven't seen it yet, on Facebook, now's your chance. Let's go. And that is the new Alaska promo. Yes, Martin, I do remember when you hated that song, and now that song is there because y'all like that song so much. I am excited. Have I told you how excited I am about this group hotel? Now, this group hotel was not on my radar, so shout out to Doug for dropping this hotel in the group, because I didn't have this group on the radar, this hotel on the radar at all. I reached out to the hotel. They came back with a stellar price for downtown Seattle, and that $270 is out the door with taxes. So it's $270 per night, and you are 6 blocks from Pike Place Market. So you can literally get no closer for lesser money. The first hotel I was looking at, we were looking over $320 per night, and you were still like 10 blocks away from Pike Place Market. So this hotel is less money, and it's less steps away from Pike Place Market. So you can get that Starbucks if you want to go to the first Starbucks. And it's a few blocks away from the Seattle Space Needle and Chihuly Glass Gardens as well. So it's not a big, you got to hop a cab or take the light rail or take an Uber from the hotel to get to downtown. You're in the heart of downtown. Now, you can take the light rail from the airport, which is what I am doing with the kids and all of that. We're going to hop the train from the airport, take the train into the city, and walk 2 blocks from the station to the hotel. It's $3 a person, and kids under the age of 18 ride for free. So 18 and under, if you're bringing anybody that's 18 and under, you don't have to pay for them to ride the train. It's just $3 an adult, 19 and up. 18 and under is free. So 19 and up, you got to start paying. So that means, Martin, you have to pay for yourself. And then Haley rides free. I'm just kidding. Had to throw that little shot. Had to throw that little digger in there. But yeah, so the train is how we're going to get to the hotel. And then the shuttle is in the works. Hopefully we can have that figured out. And yeah, I'm excited. I know a bunch of people are already booking the hotel. I'm getting messages already. Hotels booked. So I'm excited to see everybody in Seattle. I'm excited to get on board the ship and explore the beautiful Star Princess with y'all. And I'll know it by the back of my hand because I'm going in October. So let's transition a little bit to what's coming up next. We all know that I have a big cruise coming up in September, 7 nights on board the brand new Star of the Seas. Now, there has been some changes to that, not specifically the itinerary, but there's been some changes to the guest. I was supposed to be on that cruise with Chuck, but I am no longer going to be on that cruise with Chuck. Chuck had to back out of that cruise. He is no longer going with me on the Star of the Seas. Chuck's doing good. He's just got some, things going on in his personal life with work and all of that. So he's got to make sure he's able to take time for October, which is completely understandable. I would pull the plug on a shorter cruise and take the longer cruise any day of the week. So there's going to be another person going with me in September. I will not be solo. I thought I was going to be solo for a while because nobody was grabbing at the seams to get on board the ship. But there is somebody going on board the ship. I'm not going to announce who that person is, but there is someone else going with me. And you'll find out. You'll find out who it is in the very near future. Doug Bray in the house. Look at that. The man, the myth, the legend. Good evening, all. Home from dinner and time to see the live before I go to the casino. Doug, what'd you have for dinner? Great hotel, great deal. Well done, Doug, at finding it, and well done, Mike, at locking it in. Yeah, I couldn't pass up on it, right? It's a nice hotel, and it's being so close to downtown Seattle, there was just a no-brainer to lock it in. It's not a her, it's a he, Ian. It's a he. It's what is his name. When are you going on board? Where are you going on board the Mardi Gras? So the Mardi Gras is October. Where does that go? Honestly, Lourdes, I really don't know. Barcelona at sea, Malaga, Spain, Cadiz at sea, Santa Cruz, Tenerife at sea. All those days at sea. And then we end in Celebration Key, the Carnival private resort in the Bahamas. So, yeah, that's going to be a fun one. But I'm more excited about the Star Princess at that point because there's a lot of ports I haven't hit when I get on board that ship versus the Mardi Gras. The reason I'm going on the Mardi Gras is because it's the first dry dock. So it'll be the first sailing out of the dry dock. And I want to see the changes. I want to see if they change anything around because if you remember or recall, if you've been here since the beginning, I told you the Mardi Gras had a lot of bottleneck places. I felt like there was a lot of bottlenecking issues on board the ship. Now, I know they're not going to refab the ship, right? It's a relatively new ship. We're going to do some painting, some cleaning, some deep cleaning. They're going to do some enhancements. I don't think they're going to make a big stink out of it and change a lot on board. But I'm excited to see what they change. And it'll be the first time I get on board that ship since like 2023 or 2022. And out of Carnival, that is the ship that I've sailed the most. It has been that ship. So the last time I was on board the Mardi Gras, it was September 2022. So it's been a little while since I've been on board that ship. Not me, says Martin. Chuck says, I know who it is. Chuck does know who it is. Chuck says, Ian, you know him. Is it too late to volunteer to be Chuck? It is too late to volunteer to be Chuck. Lourdes says, Tony, I don't know, Lourdes. We're going to have to find out. Bruce of Botswana. No, it's not Bruce. Went to Earl's and had lots of apas. Nice. Celebration Key. Haley's in the house. What's going on, Haley? Haley's just here to check to make sure Martin's not sending out a ton of super chats. Martin's behaving pretty well. He's not pushing the button that much this week. And speaking of that, where's Martin at? Martin's in second place, so he's got a little way if he wants to catch up to the top spot. Warm Strong Adventures in the house. What's going on, Bill? Hope you're having a fantastic night. You're going to be on board the Mardi Gras with us in October, right? You're still going on that cruise. And speaking of that cruise, get this. Breaking news. Hold on. Leah, get this.
Travel news.
Travel news. I canceled my flight in October from Florida to London because JetBlue has decided for the last 2 weeks to change my itinerary every single day. Every day this past week and a half, I've gotten an email from JetBlue that says, hey, we made some itinerary changes, or hey, we made changes to this. Now, prior to going on the Star Princess, the plan was always to fly from Florida to Heathrow, spend a couple days in London, and then hop one of those economy flights from London over to Barcelona to board the Mardi Gras. Once the Star Princess became an available option, I decided that I was going to book that cruise as well. So I went from Florida to Heathrow, got a flight the same day from Heathrow to Barcelona to be able to board the Star Princess out of Barcelona. Well, they kept changing the itinerary. My layover went from 6 hours to 4 hours, from 4 hours to 2 hours, from 2 hours to 8 hours, from 8 hours to 12 hours. So I got fed up and I called JetBlue and I was like, look, this is getting to be a little ridiculous. Y'all keep changing the flight. I don't even need to go to London at this point. Can we just get me directly to Barcelona? Well, we can't do that because it would be flying with Icelandic Air and we can't transfer the monies, blah, blah, blah. Okay, can we issue me a refund? Yup. Give me that refund. Let's go. So now I got to book flights from Florida to Barcelona because I can't deal with the different changes. It was every day. It was ridiculous. And sometimes it was twice a day. They would change it and then it would go back to being what it was the day before. And I'm like, what is going on here? So now I'm looking to fly out of Tampa or Miami directly in to Barcelona to be able to board the Star Princess out of Barcelona. So that happened. Chuck backed out on me. That happened. It's been a real messed up week. And then work has just been crazy. It's been crazy all around. I digress. See me traveling in the house. What's going on, Kurt and Marsha? Hope you all are having a fantastic night. If the Mardi Gras would get rid of anything, Chibang, and I would replace it with GG's. Now, see, if they do that, I think they would have to do that across the fleet. I know there's a lot of people that like Chibang. I'm not a big fan of Chibang. It's not one of my go-to options. Do I go to Chibang? Yes, I do go to Chibang, but it's not one of my go-to options. Have you considered renting a canoe? Listen, I would have to leave tomorrow if I decided to rent a canoe to go over to Barcelona. Chuck and Mike in a canoe? No, it'd be Martin and Mike in a canoe. We're talking about October. That's I'd have to leave like yesterday. I will go to the Mardi Gras, but me and Haley won't let me. I don't think it's Haley that won't let you. I think it's your inner your just inner self. It's not Haley. Don't blame her. She's not here to defend herself. I got your back, Haley. Don't worry. Excuse me. On another note, I haven't had soda in like 3 weeks, so that's a plus. Gatorade Zero is what I've been drinking to stay hydrated because it's been really hot down here in Florida, and I've been drinking a ton of water. So no soda in about 3 weeks. Yeah, it's been crazy. Did I show you guys the trophies? They came in too. The trophies for the group cruise came in. Yeah, don't blame me. Yeah, you tell them, Haley. If she's working, she's going to come home and put her foot up here. You know what? But I don't know if I showed you guys the trophies for Alaska. I feel like I sent a picture to some of y'all. No Coke Zero either, Doug. I haven't had no soda. It's been going on 3 weeks, maybe a little bit over 3 weeks. Now, that doesn't mean when I get on board a cruise ship, I'm not going to enjoy a soda because I do like a good Coke Zero with a burger or a dog. But I haven't had it in a few weeks. So there is some trophies for the Alaska State of Mind group cruise. Now, there are going to be 2 different slot pools that happen on board the cruise. We're going to have a regular slot pool with a $20 buy-in, and we're going to have a high-limit slot pool with a $100 buy-in. The $20 buy-in gets you 4 spins at $5 a person, and the high-limit $100 buy-in gets you 4 spins at $25 a person. And when everyone signs up to do the slot pools, there's going to be one person who always wins more on their pool, right? So say Chuck goes up and he spins his 4 and he wins $25 out of his 4. Martin goes up, Martin wins $60 out of his 4 spins. Well, then Martin would then take first place in the highest pool for the slot pool. So casino vibe trophy for the highest pool during the slot pool, for the regular slot pool, as well as the high limit slot pool. So you're going to get a trophy if you pull the highest amount during the slot pool. I really should change it to slot push because you're pushing buttons. You really don't pull levers anymore. And then we're doing the Alaska State of Mind Alaska Trivia. And for that, we have the Salmon Award. And that will be for the first place winner of the Alaska Trivia event. Now, I thought these were going to take a while to come in. I literally ordered them on a Monday, and they were here by Thursday. So not even 3 full days of processing before they were here. So that's the trophies. That's the fun stuff. Their other giveaway stuff is starting to roll into the house now. And I think it was Chuck who said something to me the other day. He's like, why are you getting all the stuff now? And I'm like, look, I have to. October is a busy month. I'm gone for the whole month. Then we have Christmas here. And then April, I'm gone on another group cruise. So I have to start getting things now because once March comes, then it's literally final payments for everybody. There's last minute things that need to get adjusted or things like that. So I have to start doing things now to make it a little bit easier for me, down the road. Did you post the link for the hotel in the group page? The link is posted in the group page. It's pinned to the featured section. So if you go to... If you go to the group, the first post you'll see is the group hotel. And then at the very top, there's a little section that says featured. If you click on that, it'll be the very first post up top. It'll say group hotel alert, and that'll have the pass key for the group hotel for you guys to make your reservations. Did you let everyone know that you now have 2 Alaska group cruise shirts? No, Doug, I didn't let everybody know. I let a few people know that there was another design, but I will be letting everybody know through a post. Here's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for your shirts to come in so you can send me a picture of you and Heather wearing the shirts. And then I'm waiting for Gay's shirts to come in so I can get a picture of her and Dan wearing the shirts. And then I wanted to create a post with the picture of you guys wearing the shirts in the group with the link for the new shirt and the old shirt. But there's 2 shirts available for the Alaska State of Mind. There's 2 hoodies, whether it's adult or youth, they're both there. They're not priced differently. They're the same. If you are seeing prices higher, let me know because Martin reached out to me and he's like, hey man, the prices are wrong. And I can't for the life of me figure out why it's showing higher for him than it is showing for me. But I figured it out enough to where I was able to send a link to get him to the right price of the shirts. Yeah, Lourdes had to cancel the Alaska cruise. Who knows? She might end up changing and coming back. You never know. You never know. I really want to win that one. Do you have a trophy for us that managed to get nothing on any of our pools? So I can make a trophy for the person who gets the least amount of money on the pool. I think that would be a little funny. Look at that, Martin with another super chat. Haley, that's another $10 in your pocket.
Awesome! Thank you very much.
I am just clicking so many different buttons tonight. It is just not my day. I don't get it. I don't understand. Haley, study up, mama. We have to win that trophy. $20 now for my Alaska fund. Yeah, Haley, get it while you can. I'll keep track too. I'll write it all down. Martin, $10. Martin, $10. Martin, $10. I'll write it all down. Still waiting on the first 2 shirts and hoodies, and I have already ordered 2 of the new shirts. Yeah, I have to order mine. The young one was asking me the other day when we can order his shirts. Y'all got to stop in them side chats, man. Y'all make me laugh too much. Trophy for the most XP earned while y'all are on the cruise having fun without me. Databetic, I'll send it out to you in the mail next week. Yeah, because you're not going to be there. Man, how's everything in Hawaii? Everything's good over there? Martin is busted. Listen, Haley's got to start the Alaska Fund somehow. I mean, if Martin's going to agree to the terms, then it works, right? It works for her. It works for him. He's able to spend. She's able to receive. It's a win-win. Haley, he sent me $2,800 in Super Chats last Thursday when you weren't here. So that's $2,800 you got coming to you for your Alaska Fund. I'll make a fake Super Chat one day with Martin's name and $100. Haley just got herself another $100. But I'm excited. There's some changes. There's some things going on. Some things at work that are changing around a little bit. But everything's on point so far with the Alaska group cruise. I've sent out receipts to everybody that has prepaid for their Alaska group excursion Alaska group excursion. The Seattle group excursion. Let me rephrase that. So you guys can start expecting to get those email receipts. For those of you that have already received them, there you go. That's your email. There's your receipt that you paid for your group excursion to the Space Needle in Chihuly. Still waiting on a few other things. Like I said, I've already gotten a ton of messages back tonight that everyone's already booked the hotel, which is awesome. We got to keep it at 80%. That's the promise to the hotel is 80%. Anything less than 80%, I'm stuck paying. So y'all better book that hotel because I'm not rich. Thankfully, it wasn't anything as bad as they predicted. Low-lying areas prone to flooding got flooded. All right, good. So nothing as bad as they predicted. That's good to hear. Any update on the ship excursions? I'm still waiting on Princess. I did talk to somebody in the groups department yesterday. They're just trying to get final numbers for things. And with the size of the group we have to make sure we have enough space in the excursions to be able to offer it out to everybody that wants to book the group excursions. So that's pretty much where we're at right now. That should be coming soon. Like I said, everything's on the wheel, right? Everything's rolling the way it should be. And everything's just going. Early dining has been selected for the group dining reservation, so everyone will have early dining. And if you don't have the app, I highly suggest downloading the app to your phone. And it's literally just the Princess app. And you'll be able to have that right on your phone. And you can start looking at things like specialty dining or the deck plans or things like that through the app. Your booking, you'll be able to link that directly through once you sign up. If you already have a Princess account, your booking should automatically be linked. But as of right now, I was able to book reservations for specialty dining in October. I haven't tried to book reservations for specialty dining in July. So let's do it together. Let's see if specialty dining reservations are available to book for July. I told Chuck last week, I think it was last week, I was like, look, man, if you open your Princess app, you'll see I signed us up for a bunch of dinner. He's like, huh? And I was like, yeah, we signed up for a ton of dinner. I literally put specialty dining for everything. Loved by Brito. Yeah, so as of right now, I can officially book dining times for July through the app. So if you have the Princess Premier or the Princess Plus, and there is a specific night that you want specialty dining for you and your significant other, friends, whatever it may be, please feel free to book it. You don't have to attend every group dinner at the MDR. Don't feel obligated to have to do that. If there is a specialty dining restaurant you want to experience, please go and experience it. But there are some things. Let me see if I can get my notebook. Ooh. So I got my handy dandy notebook here with things that I've written down so far for like the days, right? So some of the events that we're going to host on board the group, the group cruise. We have the Salloway Lido Deck group meetup and live Salloway group dinner MDR. And then after dinner cocktails at the Wheelhouse Bar. Day 2, we're going to have the one slot pool. We're going to have an ice cream social, group dinner at the MDR, and then Irish music night at O'Malley's, or shows, whatever it may be. Day 3 is Ketchikan, and then that night is going to be a great night for dinner because that is going to be the lumberjack dinner. Now, the lumberjack dinner is just that. We are going to dress up in our best Alaskan lumberjack gear and come to dinner dressed as a lumberjack the day of Ketchikan. Then we have some coffee and glaciers early in the morning, the whale watching excursion, the Way Past Summit, coffees and conversation, slot pools, Alaska trivia. And I do have marked here, Doug, group specialty dining. So I'm definitely going to try and do a group specialty dining. And then Victoria, that's going to be like our farewell day. So before dinner time and all of that, since Victoria is a later day, I want to get everybody together, do like a farewell, goodbye group picture. But I've been writing everything down in my handy dandy notebook like Steve on Blue's Clues. So that way we can start getting all of that planned and all of that figured out. Canadian lumberjack costume for me. That either way, Canadian, Alaskan, whatever. Paul Bunyan, John Runyon, however you want to show up, it's going to be an Alaskan themed. I figured Ketchikan would be the great day, right? Because they have the Great American Lumberjack show there. So it'll be a great day to do like the lumberjack style dinner. And there's going to be something waiting for everybody in the dining room. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's going to ruin the surprise, but there will be something in the dining room set up at the group tables, or maybe even before the group table. So that'll be a cool little fun experience thing. Bring your cameras, bring your phones. You're going to want to take pictures and videos of that dinner. It's going to be a great dinner. Good night, Will G. Appreciate you for hanging out. We have to pay for the group excursion. Yep, group excursions. Did my booking for Friday and Saturday night count towards your 80%? If you run short and that don't count, I will give you some cash money. No, Doug, you're good. Your booking counts. Don't worry about that. You're good. I've tried for July, but it wanted me to pay, and I got Premiere. I have the same chair. The same computer chair? Let us know if you're planning any group specialty dinings. I'm in the works. That's coming up. That's a plan. That's a plan. That's a plan. That's a plan. So that's gonna. The group specialty dining is gonna be a little tough to pull off, and the reason it's gonna be tough is because the venues are smaller, right? So if we have 65 and all 65 want to do group specialty dining, it's gonna make it a little harder to get everybody in at the same seating, because they don't have like that big of a specialty dining restaurant. So I'm going to do the best I can with that. We'll see what happens. But there's a couple nights on there that I have freestyle dining. So it's pretty much like a, hey, go dine wherever you want type night. No group dinner tonight. It's just freestyle dining. Everybody does their own thing. I'm looking forward to the events. I got to figure out what days the events are. I have some of them earmarked for certain days. But that might change based off of shows and all that stuff. Now, Princess did put out the entertainment. I just don't have an entertainment schedule yet. I am hoping in all reality, let's be honest, okay? I'm getting on board the ship in October. I am hoping that in October, I can talk to somebody, whether it's the maitre d', whether it's guest relations, whether it's the captain himself. I plan on talking to as many people as I possibly can to get as many ideas as I possibly can for things for the group in October. That means trying to figure out where the dining is going to be at in the MDR. That means trying to figure out if we can do a specialty dining, what venue would that specialty dining be, and how much of that specialty dining venue we can use for everyone. It means trying to figure out the show schedule to see if they've planned out the shows that far in advance to know what shows are what night and what entertainment will be what night. So there's so many different options of things that can happen on board the ship every single night. They have the arena, they have the dome, they have the main stage, the yes and no game, karaoke. There's so many different things that happen on board the ship. So I don't want to plan too many events at nighttime and take away from the entertainment that is brought to you by Princess, right? So it's trying to figure all of that out with not being on the ship makes it a little bit harder. But being able to get on the ship in October is a benefit to try and get that information. So we'll see what happens come October. Hopefully by then we'll have a lot more things literally now down. The final now will be put into everything and everything will be planned and put out. In the goodie bags everyone will get prior to the cruise, you will receive a little schedule in that bag as well, with all events and all of that stuff on what's taking place on board the ship pertaining to the group cruise, not Princess itself, just the events that are pertaining to the group cruise, things like that, meeting spots, where we're going to have coffee and conversations or coffee and glaciers, things like that. So that'll all be in that goodie bag everybody gets. Now, I was trying to come up with an idea of like a big thing to put in the goodie bags, and I wanted to do water bottles. But the problem with water bottles is I'm flying from Florida. So if I do water bottles, then that's like 2 suitcases just for water bottles that I need to bring with me in Seattle. So I'm trying to figure out something different. I did order something the other day, which is another surprise. So I'm not going to tell you what that is. And then everything's coming to light. And for those of you that are messaging me telling me you want to pay for your goodie bag, I'm telling you here right now, you are not paying for your goodie bag. You are coming on the group cruise. That is my gift to you for coming on the group cruise and spending your hard-earned money to cruise with me in Alaska. Whether you're in the state of Florida or in the country of Australia, you are not paying for your own goodie bag. So don't even try. You can stop sending the messages. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to allow it. So let's get to the chat for the last few minutes. I see y'all talking some fun stuff. Gay is 8 days away from her daughter's wedding. So congratulations to the lovely bride and groom. And I hope it's phenomenal. You still making the desserts? Because they looked really good when you were sending them to me. Doug's daughter's getting married in September. Congratulations to her. Is anybody else driving to Seattle? I'm not 100% sure yet, Doug, but if you weren't in here earlier, I'm driving to Vancouver. I'm literally we're going to get a rental car in Seattle, and I think we're going to drive to Vancouver that Friday, make a little road trip out of the time spent there, and go up to Vancouver for a little bit on Friday. I always think everyone has plenty of water bottles. That was my thought too, Ian, and then I'm like, what could I give that people would be like, oh, that's cool? Because the ultimate thing is right, like I want to make a cool goodie bag. I don't want to make like a basic bag with just stickers. So I definitely got some cool stuff that I'm putting in the bag. There's definitely some cool items that I already have going into the bag, whether it's swag, channel swag, bracelets, pins, things like that. And then there's some cruise-specific stuff, right? So like Alaska State of Mind cruise-specific stuff that are going in the bag as well. I'm sure as heck not driving to Seattle. That's a long drive for you. We can buy you drinks and food. Yeah, I don't want y'all to pay for your stuff. That's not happening. 2 weeks till my birthday. Scott is turning 61. 62, 63, 64, 65, something like that. Short M next Friday, I will be up to my armpits in frosting and meringue. Listen, if I was closer, I would come help eat all the frosting and meringue. So it's good that I'm not there. Cruising Chris M, happy Thursday, all. Thanks for coming into the chat. Appreciate you for being here. How about boomerangs? Boomerangs would be pretty cool, but I can see my kids trying to throw them off the front of the cruise ship as we're sailing through the fjords or pulling up to Juneau. So I don't know if that would be too good of an idea. If anybody is driving in, then maybe they could ship things to them to bring because I am in Canada. The duties would be hassle. Yeah, so I have a few friends that live in the Seattle area that have already told me like, hey, look, if you want, you can ship to our house and then just come pick up from here. That's awesome, and I appreciate them for offering that. But I don't know if I'm going to have a ton of time, and that's my concern because I don't want to just show up and be like, hey, give me my stuff, I'm leaving. I want to spend time with them and enjoy their company because I really do enjoy their company. And I don't want to just, dine and dash, should I put it in that phrase. Small first aid kits. Those were something I looked at the other day as well. I looked at first aid kits and I looked at packing cubes. Scott's working for his birthday. Lourdes worked for her birthday. I worked on my birthday too. Ain't it great being an adult? You don't get your birthday off. You just got to go to work. Keep working for the man. Keep making that money. Party at work, Scott. It's easy for him to party at work, man. He works at a restaurant. They serve alcohol, crabs. That's an easy party. But listen, let's do it. Let's end the show the right way. Let's watch the Alaska promo video one more time. And we're going to watch the chat just drop. Everyone's going to fall out as soon as I push play. You made me watch it early, Charles Spencer. But here it is for the last time this week. Maybe the last time ever. And that's it. Martin, I am not spending $5,000 on M&Ms. I looked at it when I was in Disney Springs this past weekend, and we had a conversation on how much that cost. Way too much money for personalized M&Ms, and I don't think you would see the logo that big. And like you said, they're not even peanut M&Ms. They're regular M&Ms. Good luck tonight, Doug. Win big. I hope you win big. And for all of y'all that hung out with me for this hour through all the hiccups, the ups, the downs, I appreciate y'all very much. Once again, if you are on board the Alaska State of Mind group cruise, the hotel link is posted in the Facebook group. If you are interested in booking, y'all know how to reach me. And until next time, until next week, y'all know what to do. Y'all stay naughty. Oh, peace. Oh, Ian, and I have 3 kids, but somebody answered you in the chat, so peace.